freestyle rap. This is Deep signing in to you. Gonna get down and make some dreams come true. Okay, guys, so this is Deep from Deep Dream Creations, and today we are practicing freestyle rapping. We're bringing it back. We're gonna get all the ladies snapping and clapping and yapping about, I don't know, rapping. So, yeah, this is Deep here. Your playful comedian hangout, bro, movies, creativity, and epic flows. So, what do you know? My other name, aka, is Joe, and we're bringing back the creative cosmic flow. Keeping things moving, keeping things grooving. Drop in the booth. No, okay. Choke, woke. Yeah, I'm broke. um, yeah, we're having fun here. I'm practicing my rap. Uh, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's bring it back. Let's get back. Oh man, what a year. I've got so many things to say. I've got so many ways I want to play. Right now, I'm feeling. You know what I've been feeling lately is been going through some difficult times. Yeah, fuck. Rap. Okay. What do I want to say? I gotta bring back the play. Why is it so difficult today to just get on and express your own way? It seems like there's so much difficulty just in expressing, if you're going to express unconventionally, to uh, get yourself in the field of okay, I'm still learning to rap, guys. You know, give me some cred. I'm trying to get out of my head and try to just get back into life and release myself from all the strife, because in 2025 I still don't have a wife, and I'm just trying to open up and start my life. Um, Guys, it's something that I want to bring to life. Okay, I'm learning how to rap. I'm having some fun. Anyone, I want to inspire you. You know, some ways this is how you got to get it done. You just got to open up your mouth. You got to let the creativity flow. You got to just try things out, because, you know, when you step on stage, you know, you just got to go. And this is the way, this is how life works. You know, there are no stops, there are no starts. You know, or maybe there are some of those, but I'm hoping just to keep it going, because if I just keep on showing, if I just keep on growing, if I just keep on believing, then I can I can I can do it. I can do it. I just got to get through it. You know, I've been working, I've been striving, I've been trying, I've been uh, doing so many things to get myself and be able to afford the bling. guys, guys, it's not easy in 2025. You got to go. You got to find your own way to thrive. I've been working so hard that I found myself in the dirt. I actually got locked up for a few days, and you know, some parts of it kind of hurt. No, I didn't go to jail, but I did have to go to I did go to sort of a mental recovery thing for a few days, and in some ways it was it was actually it was actually quite I was quite amazed by the experience, uh, and how it played in some of the ways. So, I actually found this when I was in a mental recovery hospital. Like, I found this when they actually let us out and we got to go outside. Guys, it was like it's like going to it was a cross between a prison and a kindergarten, I would have to say, because it was like I got locked up for a few days, but actually it was actually I was quite amazed because they let us play. There was like outdoor recess period. They all the you know the we got drinks, we got food, we got time to hang, you know. So I don't know. In some ways, it was kind of my thing. It was kind of my thing, you know. I got some meds, you know. I, I didn't get dead, so it was quite the experience. And life will take you through this. Life will bring you times. Life will bring you times that are hard. Life will bring you times, that you gotta awaken the bard, you know, the bard from old times. We gotta get singing because, God, in some ways, the weight of the world will just keep on just kind of putting the stuff on you, and if you don't get out what's inside, you know, you're just gonna die. Maxine, welcome, welcome. Brielle, welcome. I'm sort of in this freestyle practice art. I have this inspiration to become uh, a creative rapper. I like to play. I like to create in my own way. I go with the inspirations that come to me. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. What do you think? Is what I'm saying worth a little scream, a little shout? I'm a beginner, guys. I'm trying. I'm struggling, but I'm coming into it. And sometimes you just gotta just dive right into it. If you want to do something, if you want to thrive, sometimes you don't know how to do it. You don't know what's inside until you put yourself in the place where you got to just say like, "Damn it, I got to fucking, bring out a pace here because this you got to you got to figure out how to get over the fear of expression and get out of the repression because I've got lots to express. I've got lots to say. And if I don't let myself do it in my own way, then what's the point? What's the point if there is no play? What's the point if I don't do things my own way? Everyone's going to tell you what you got to do and how you got to do it. But sometimes you just got to put that all aside and say like, I'm just gonna throw it out because my own heart wants to scream, wants to shout, wants to run, wants to play, and maybe I don't rap the same way that you've heard before, but who cares? My inner self is crying out for more of myself to come through, and who can teach that? Who can teach who can teach something that has never been taught? My soul wants to bring it out in its own way, and for that I'm just gonna keep on saying what I need to say. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks you guys for watching. You know, I I want to bring back some of the energy that I feel is important in this life, in this time, in this space, in this reality. And some of it is just is damn straight get back into play and creativity, because I think those things are a lost art. And I think that without art, life is like this big sort of gray fart. Cringe style, it's the lost art of rapping that has yet to get happening. But at least I am laughing. Maybe something in what I'm saying is something worth, future. It's going to be portraying what I am. The things that are flowing out for me may be clunky, they may be ragged, they may stop, they may start, and they may be jagged. But in the future, all this momentum, it's going to become something that is something that is going to find, a way to stay alive. And even if it sounds a little bit like right now, tomorrow I'm gonna be just fucking cramming. I'm gonna be fucking jamming. I'm gonna be fucking slamming and beat bop boop bop bamming in my own way, and nothing is gonna stop what I have to say, because once I get the momentum going, everything inside of me just wants to keep on fucking growing. And once I commit to saying and just keep on going, there's so much inside of me that just wants to be fucking showing. And I know I've got it. I know I've got it. I know I've got a base. I know I've got so much inside of my soul that can never be replaced. It can never be expressed by another person, because it's unique to me, and I want to be the one who is versing it. And once I just fucking commit, the momentum is just going to keep on going, because, like it or don't admit, the only thing that stops me is when I just keep on, if I don't, keep on getting back up and recommitting to myself, to to my own dreams that want to come true, to the things that I want to bring out and inspire you to do. Conic, welcome. How iconic. That's a cool name. Damn. Are you someone who is interested in fame? How iconic. That is like, I'm just thinking that is a name for fame. And I just want to say that, yeah, thank you for making my day, bringing in that name, because that is a name for fame. All right. What do you do? Damn it. I think there must be something cool. I need to admit, I have never been trained in the rap sort of skill. So for me, I just have all this time to kill, and I'm just like, well, I have the spirit that I want to say stuff. So I'm just going to be brave enough to start on doing it. And who knows? Maybe this rap dream will come true and fit somewhere. Right now, I'm sort of like the cringe rap king, and I'm just sort of doing the sort of grungy cringe thing. But eventually, maybe I will be discovered. Maybe eventually something will pierce through the algorithms and uncover that I've got something to say. I've got something new. I've got something that wants to bring through, something that hasn't happened yet, something that why am I thinking of Boba Fett? um, that was hella random, but maybe that very piece next time I come around and am rapping in, that I will find something else to connect in that way. And maybe then it will be so much more glorious and I will be more apropos to put it on display. so like I said before, guys, I am still in training. You know, you don't have to jump on every kind of mess up and get to blaming, because this is something that I like to inspire others to do, is to just practice and play, and that's a good way to get into the get into the get in, get into get into the play get into the play of creating, because that's when you start elevating. When you allow yourself to play, you allow yourself to dream, you allow yourself to bring, you allow yourself to do your own thing. That's when you get the practice. That's when you get good. That's when you get something original that never has been previously understood. Yeah, I like the way that sounds. Something in me wants to come fucking scream and shout. Something in me wants to say, this has something that there's something inside of me that wants to express in a way that has never been fucking displayed previously. And there's something inside my soul that grievously has never been to express itself in its own way, because the only way that I have been living up till today is been expressing in these sort of confining words that don't really encapsulate something inside of me that wants to just come and bring it to fucking birth. You know, I have been sort of stuck under the language of my time, and something in it just never fucking rhymed in the way that really reflected what wanted something inside of myself wanted to say. I wanted to say so much, and it's like it's difficult and it's challenging to put something beyond words into the confines of this English language that has so many traps and so many confines in it that it's just not like down with it completely. Maybe some of you can understand the difficulty of expressing a soul on demand, and only it's yeah. All right, drink break. Getting refreshed. Starbucks refreshers. Keeping this going. Keeping my dreams growing. I may be crazy. I may be mad. You know, at rapping, at stuff, I may be bad. But eventually, I'm going to be a college grad. And the way that I'm going to do it is I just got to keep pushing through it. And I want this is something of what I want to say. You know, I am ready, and this is my day. Tomorrow is my day. The day after is my day, and it is my day when I'm willing to say, I'm willing to say, I'm willing to say things in my own way. I'm willing to get weird. I'm willing to have no fear. I'm willing to express as if I am something that is like a goat being sheared. Does that make sense? Does that have any relevance? I don't know. I don't know. Something inside of me just wants to keep on going. I guess I'm just gonna keep this cringe fest flowing. Because either way, something inside me just wants the fame. I just want to hear, my name, and maybe I'm gonna go down in flames. Maybe I'm gonna be the fucking cringiest, person and lame. But at least I gave it my all. At least I was willing to stand tall. And if after I stand tall, if after that I do fall, at least I didn't let myself down by just being down. At least I had the courage to put on my own crown. At least I told the world that I was not willing to stand down. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm here to this is fun. This is fun. At least I'm creating a space for play and fun. And this is part of the intention on Deep Cream. Deep Cream, no, not Deep Cream. Deep Dream Creations is about inspiring others to be creative and to be pleative. Pleative. That's what a word. Pleative. All right. Maybe that's all that I'm doing is trying to say that, you know. Oh man. Whoa. Been rapping. I'm gonna give myself some clapping because I just came on here and started rapping. And if I keep on going, I show that even if sometimes I'm slowing, that I pick it back up and keep my self-esteem growing. It's going to rechange around everything inside of myself that was, down and turn to a frown. I'm going to rekindle every bit of me that wanted to say something in my earlier days. I'm going to find new ways to display and reignite my own self-esteem in my own way. God damn, if that isn't something worth saying. Something in the human spirit that never wanted to stop playing. Yeah. What do you guys think about my new style here? It's kind of wild here. I think I'm gonna actually screenshot this. This can be a good thing for my new album. My new rap career. Yeah. All right. Give me some inspiration, guys. What do you want to hear me rap about? I'm ready to freestyle anything out that is given to me. I like playful, I like creativity. Throw out a name, throw out a sound, throw out a topic. I'll bring it around. I got no fear about about getting on here, without fear, freestyling it up and making things clear. So, what do you want to hear me rap about? Just shout it out. Just, give me something challenging to talk about. tell me something of a word. Tell me something that you want to, hear. Give me something challenging. Don't give into fear. Don't have fear. You know. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Good times, good times. Keeping the love alive. There's something fun about creative rapping because in this creative expression, all kinds of new things. Um, this doesn't rhyme, but all kinds of new vibrations can come alive because when you're creative exploring, when you're coming up with new things, it's like all kinds of things can bring new sort of experiences. And some of them are like blah. Some of them are like cringe. But some of them come off fucking unhinged. 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 Yeah. Unhinged. Shit. Maybe I need a rap name that would really exclaim something that'll shout out the height of my intentional intent to have fame, something that is, just like this illustrious flame that like would God. um they wouldn't sound lame. Give me a fucking name that wouldn't sound like name. Something that would never have to take on any shame. Something that could never be blamed. Something that could never hide under the shadow of the cringe. Something that would make everyone just want to binge on something that would make everyone want to binge. Yeah, that is the dream. God damn. I love it and make it clean. That would be like living the dream. That would be like living the dream. binge on the binge odds. I'm like laughing because I'm thinking, God, some of my old content, it seems like it's a cringe bum fucking drinking. and to think and right now to be thinking that in some future time it would be the thing worth binge drinking in an analogous way. I'm not actually saying, go out and get drinking. I'm just using it as, a way of being an analogy to binging. A little, every YouTuber's dream is to go viral, to become a meme, and everything, and that's when you know that you've got it fucking clean, is when you've become that fucking meme. So make one out of me, the drift king, because I'm drifty, I'm nifty, I'm, sort of thrifty. I bought this fucking badass jacket, and it's like I'm just trying to like hack it with this jacket, and I bought, I'm like the rap whore that goes to the, the cheapest store because I'm going for my dreams, and if what I gotta do is work with what I got, Fucking why not? I gotta work with what I got. I gotta use. I gotta cruise. I gotta, But one thing I do, guys, is I don't drink the booze. It's trues. It's trues. I may sound like it sometimes, but it's true. I don't. I don't really like the alcohol. I never. I won't. That's not completely true because there have been some times when I was 32 when I did drink a drink or two and um, have some great times, guys. I didn't think I was going to be talking about this, and but maybe it isn't even wise. But when I was 32, yeah, I did start. I did have a few drinks, and they sometimes they can be fun. Drink responsibly, guys. I'm not telling everyone to not, but when I did have some times, you know, when I did have a few drinks, and they were some great times. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna professing to think that it's not okay at sometimes to drink, but true for in general. I don't really drink, guys. I really don't. Um, you know, I'll drink the caffeine. I'm not saying that I won't, but I'm talking about alcohol. It's not really my thing. Um, Here and there, maybe if it helps me, uh, helps me somehow, you know, get some relief. But I would make it brief because I don't know, something about that whole foundation, something about that whole configuration of energy. It's sort of, a little bit of a downer, a bit. And I don't want to be a frowner. I admit, I want to be an inspire. I want to be a fire that, of the passion, of the desire to make things to people to see, like, let's come fucking aliver. Let's not get down on life. Let's make life, let's be a fucking a liver, YouTube liver, a subscriber, you know, shout it out. We're from the rooftops, let's come aliver. If we're in this life, why not be a thriver? Why live your life, as a bum ride a bum rider on the back of somebody else's taxi driver? You know? You know? If you want to start the show, you got to figure out God. Eventually, now is the best time to grow. Now is the best time to grow. And I just came up with a cool idea. Does anybody want to come on live with Mia and do a co-op of this rap style? And maybe we'll get two or three in a a spontaneous clown cringe rap. I'll be the clown cringe. You can be like Snap, the best, or the masterful lyricist. But never underestimate the power of the cringe. So because even cringe, gets people to binge. Have you seen something like the Fatty Airsoft I'm talking about? Some of his stuff, wow, it got the ladies to scream and shout. So who's to say that I can't make someone's day by wearing, a bright red jacket and drinking my my iced energy and saying hip hip hey. Who knows what the internet is going to want. It's something that you can't even predict. You never know who is going to be the next crazy meme that's going to dictate the next go. So you never know. You never know. I wouldn't just scroll past this, bro? Because what if this is the time to invest in a future, explosion of rhyme? What if this is the iconic moment that brings about, something that tomorrow it's going to be like screaming, shouting all about ing, going out ing, never fear of meself like singing, you know? And this, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I can't say. Everyone's got to, choose their own way. So, and that's totally okay. Everyone can choose their own way because when it comes to this day and age, everyone can be their own sage. Everyone can be, everyone can be amazed in their own ways. And who am I to say if, if if I am what the world wants? I don't know. I can't say, but at least I'm following my heart and I'm never giving up, and that's where you got to start. So so, bro. Whoa. What do you know? My name's Cho. And I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow. God damn. If it isn't kind of true that in some ways I feel a little in my childhood stunted, a little ways blunted, a little ways, grunt, no, a little ways like that. And it's like, hey, 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 the kid had something to say. Yeah, the kid had something to say. This kid had something to say. One day, this kid this kid who was quiet, this kid who was shy, this kid who was laughed at, this kid who was, frowned at, this kid who was told to be nothing that would ever happen through there's something that was incomplete would reclaim itself, would actually fame itself. Who would ever have thought if that who would ever have thought that, someone like me would ever come to be something that was, something of what I have come to be, or will come to be, or, possibly, who would ever have to say? Who would ever had to say? Every underdog has its fucking day. Every every dog has its day. Every dog knows how to play. Every dog's gonna find its way. The spirit of the dog always comes back. A dog has got this unconditional brave heart, and a dog is never fucking whack. A dog always goes to heaven. A dog always, likes saying hi to chicks at 7-Eleven. Dogs bring back the spirit of the dog. Bring back. Okay, so while we're in the spirit of play, I also got to work on my gang signs. Okay, so let's figure out my gang signs. Then we can all get some deep tats. Deep tats. All right, I can't screenshot. Oh, I just zoomed in. That's kind of not wanted. Because now you guys can all see the oils within my pimples, and you know, they aren't the prettiest of dimples. So that was unwanted. Another cringe moment, you know, for all you cringe enthusiasts to capitalize on. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, something about the cringe tats. I was like, okay, now we got to start playing. Cause what is the signs? This is what people want, aren't don't they? They want a rapper that can make the signs. So let's keep this coming alive. All right, guys. If you want to thrive in 2025, you got to have the right gang tats. You got to have the right piece. You got to have the right, gang signs. Because if you want to be enough, you got to be tough. If you want to be, if you want to be like, hey, the person who people say, hey, bruv, you're more than enough. You, hey, bruv, you're more than enough. All right, you've got the stuff. You're more than enough. You have showed us. You have proved it, bruv. You are more than enough. You have brought the stuff. Give us a break, bruv. You are more than enough. Yeah. Ah. So people. Yeah. Making coming up with it in the moment. When it comes to rap, you just gotta fucking show it. And eventually, you know, eventually things will be good, getting growing. So feel free to start investing. Feel free to oh, okay. Yo, Deep, don't you think you need an editor? I mean, like, think about all the cringe you're putting out. How is that gonna get you any better? Yo, Deep, yo, Deep. You gotta get somebody, a fashion stylist. You gotta buy a better sweater. Fucking how is you going to the thrift store gonna get your career getting better? You know? Yo, Deep, yo, Deep. You need a fashionist to help you in your ways, because some of your clothing styles, man, damn, are they brave, but not in the ways that you want to be portrayed. Because what are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? Are you like some rapper at a fucking rave? I mean, like, sure, it's like brave, but you're just gonna end up a wage slave if you don't get into the ways that will actually start the raves. You know. It's all about playing. That's what I'm saying. it's all, it's all about playing. That's what I'm saying. You know, the drift king is always going to be doing his own thing. So, it's about bringing. It's about bringing the thing in. It's about bringing the thing in that's currently, singing. It's about bringing the freaking blinging that you can afford to be, you know, doing and dinging, you know. So you just gotta make things work, you know. you just gotta believe in yourself. You just gotta breathe into yourself. You just gotta sneeze. No, you don't sneeze. You don't always just do what you please. That isn't exactly gonna bring the ladies to their knees. Deep, 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 deep. Let me spout you some truth, okay? You can't just get on here and say all the things that you think you want to say and all of a sudden think that that is fucking brave, okay? You gotta kind of think about what is wanted, you gotta think about what is, uh, what is uh, well, well, maybe. Well, maybe. But is that going to be like something that's amazing if I'm just trying to uh is that going to be truly amazing if I am just thinking what is brave is to be an algorithm slave? Because I don't know. This is a funny thumbnail. All right, let's think of my fashion. You know, because it's really truly fashion that is needed for passion. Okay. Whew, this is some good practice. Thanks for tuning in, whoever got to this part. Damn, that's amazing that you have stuck around and watched the whole thing. Damn. That's impressive. Especially when my rap is the opposite of progressive. It's like degressive. It's like cringeworthy banana fest, sausage fest. You know, it's and totally digressive. Okay. 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 Let me get some water here. So, what do you guys think? Do you think it's? Think I should continue with this rap career? You know what I gotta do is I gotta get another key rapper on here, and that'll put things clear. Because when I get a co-op going, dear, it's gonna inspire fucking fear to all the haters, and they're gonna just be like in the rear because because once you get the co-op going, that's when the creativity really starts growing. So maybe that's what I gotta do. I got a couple, ideas lined up. It's true, to bring on someone new, co-op a freestyle. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. Um, I could keep on going. I could keep on flowing, but I think right now, this is enough to get. This was enough to get this thing going. So shout out, subscribe. Stay alive. Um, Tune in, tune out. It's up to you what you want to do as far as where you scream, where you shout, where you talk, where you what you're about. Um, so let me inspire you. Whether it is through something you love or something you hate, but use it, and you're your own creator. So um, you gotta be in this time and age your own ego inflator. In the higher sense of the word, keep on that self-esteem, that's the inner self, keep on bringing it out and sharing it out, shouting it out, expressing out loud, you know. Don't be a victim of the of what is shared, you know. Bring out your own self and make things fair, you know. Show yourself that you care, that you can give yourself air time. So yeah. Keep things alive, keep on growing. um because it's one thing that I don't like to do is this, like, when things start slowing, when the vibe starts slowing, that's just when you got to ask yourself, shit, dude, I got to quit this job. Shit, dude, this mood is making me sob. I got to I got to do something now. I got to get this right, because God, if I don't start the fight, this is going to become my fucking life. If I don't start the fight to do what I want, to live how I want, you know, pretty soon 20 years go by and I've been working at a retail job that all I've been doing was like basically hiding. Okay? Don't let that be your thing. You got to dive deep inside and say, like, no, I want to do my own thing. I got something I want to live out. I got something higher that I want to bring to myself, to the world. And it would be a crime if I didn't bring that out. And if it would be a crime to myself and to the world if I didn't at some time have the courage to shout it out. So shout it out to the authentic light that's inside of each man, woman, and each collective tribe, you know. At first it's going to be hard. At first the outside isn't going to believe, but you got to dive deep down and nurture your own seed. Okay, that sounded a little bit creepy, but I'm just trying to inspire something, um so something more deeply. So so do what you want to do. This is deep, trying to just say to you, it's up to you to make your dreams come true. Whether you're old, whether you are new, it's up to you to make your dreams come true. So yeah. All right. Rap fest, party fest, got it done. Bring on the one. It's only going to get better. We're having some fun. This is deep. This is what it's like to be with the deep. If you want to get in deep with the deep, this is where you won't have to fucking sleep, because the deep never rests. He's always bringing out his bests, and he's always got something else that he wants to get off and share from his chest, from his glorious, inspired heart and chest, and bring it to you and show it to you and bring out all sorts of things that are new, creative, inspiring, and true that you yourself can do. Don't even think that I am the only one who is allowed to be what I am saying I want to be. Anything that I have created, sure, in your own way, inflate it, make it your own, bring it and create yourself, let the ideas become your own, own sort of crafting way that you can display something that is something you have created in your own way, taking the inspiration and making it into your own play. So that's what I want to say. Creativity is a great way creativity is endless, you know? It's okay to it's okay to it's okay to create. Create. Okay, that was like literal cringe, you know? Before it was like cringe that was like, okay, this is like cool cringe. When I did that, that was like literal cringe. So don't screenshot that. Don't make that the viral meme of me that goes into the uh, collective reality. Okay? Yeah, like please don't. So, yeah. Okay. I think what I said what I wanted to say. I hope I bring out something into your day that you are inspired that you could say, "Hey, well, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was, what to say, but at least I brought to you some inspiring thing to awaken you to say like, "Hey, let's play and let's have a new way of conceiving things." All right? Maybe yes, maybe no. Um, but maybe uh, your thing is your own way, bro. But that's okay because um, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Rap rap challenge number one completed. Thank you guys for tuning in to Deep. And if you ever need it, send me a message, send me a link, send me a comment, and I will go with your inspirations. Like, gosh darn it. So, um, yeah, subscribe, notifications, you know, fire those buttons up, and let's get into some, creative relations. Okay, that was weird too. All right, all right, all right, all right. Deep, deep, deep.